Everything has a cause and effect. And how does that affect stress? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in today's episode. And if you haven't seen part 1 and 2, what are you doing here? Go back and watch those and come back to see us later, because I need you to be where we at. I need you to be on the same level. When it comes to stress, there's 2 causes, and they can be either external or they can be internal. And when we look at the external causes of stress, it could be work related. Working long hours, that coworker that get on your nerves, but you got to smile and the fake smile, that's causing stress. Or it could be someone eating your lunch or having to be on camera. If you're working from home and you have to be on camera and you just really want to be in your pajamas today. Now, environmental stressors could be noise. You are nice and quiet at home and your neighbor go bumping down the street. Or you can, if you like where I live, when the sunrise hits, you hear gunshots because they're out hunting, right? Those are some external things that that sound waking you up out of your sleep, that's a stressor. Financial stress, and that can show up in different ways. It can show up as coming from a 2-family income home into a single income home as a result of divorce. At the end of the month, there is more bills than money. Or you can find yourself with excessive debt where you look up and you have a lot of creditors and people that you owe and you don't know how it's going to get paid. Those are some of the external factors that causes stress. The reality is you really can't control what's going on externally. You can only control how you respond to it. But the internal factors, those are the things that's all up in here. That's you. It can look like perfectionism, always wanting to do everything right, that you set a standard so high that it wears you down. Another one could be maybe there was some trauma that happened. It can happen in early childhood or it can happen now. It's just some kind of event that happened in your life that makes it hard for you to emotionally regulate and things like that, and it just feels like it's never going to go away. Well, that most definitely, the idea that it's never going away can be a cause of stress. The last internal factor that I want to talk about today is the type A personality, the highly competitive personality. Just always being in compete mode and having to outdo others in whatever situation is a major source of stress. Whether or not you acknowledge it, it doesn't change what it is. Now that we just covered the causes of stress, let's look at the effects of stress and how it shows up in your life, physically and or mentally and emotionally. Those are the areas. So physically, it can look like rashes on your body that's in different places. You don't know what is this, right? Another one could be maybe your hair begin to fall out. You can have patches and missing hairlines. So it's not just that the weave or whatever snatched your edges. It could actually be stress that's snatching your edges. Another thing that can show up, it can show up as increased heart rate, cardiovascular disease, chronic illnesses like diabetes, and things of that nature. So there are physical manifestations of stress in your body. Another way that stress can physically show up in your body is a weakened immune system, where it's really hard for you to fight off any disease or anything, like just a common cold. Your system really is not prepared to fight it off. It can also look like digestive gut issues, right? And I know I always make this sound, sorry. Another missed signs of an effect of stress on your body is sleep patterns that's interrupted. You can not go to sleep and have trouble falling asleep, or if you are able to fall asleep, you have trouble staying asleep. If you're waking up multiple times throughout the night and you feel like maybe your mind is racing, that is probably a sure sign that you're having some sleep disturbances, and it could be due to stress. Now let's look at the mental and emotional effects of stress. It can show up as clinical items now. It could be general anxiety disorder, or we like to call it GAD. It can show up as panic attacks, or it can even show up on the opposite spectrum as mood disorders. It can look like depression or very low mood. It can also show up as cognitive decline. What does that mean? You can't remember things. And it's like your memory feels like it just you're still hearing your memory going about its business, right? Or it can show up as difficulty concentrating. Some people may even say I got ADHD. No, maybe you're just stressed out. And so your brain is starting to tell yourself it's a bit much. I need some help, slow down, and what we're doing, take care of me. Last but not least, it can show up as a hit to your self-esteem and your self-confidence. You may feel lower self-esteem and confidence. You feel like, I just can't do it. Like, I don't have the ability to do whatever it is I need to show up. And then you may not feel as wonderful about yourself as you would like to feel. As we can see, stress is more than a word. And it can show, it has both causes and effects. It can show up internally and externally, and how you handle it and how you manage it actually decides and determines how it manifests in your body physically, mentally, and emotionally. If there was anything in this video that you enjoyed, or you had that aha moment like, really? Oh my goodness, I need to do something. Go ahead, take action. Like, share, subscribe, or like I like to say, share it with your cousin, sister, friend, or maybe even a sneaky link. I don't know, but share it so we can get the word out and everyone can know what in the world is going on in themselves, internally, externally. We can determine, what is this stress thing about? And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.